Alright, so what are the benefits of getting a folding phone like the Z Flip 7 versus the S25 Ultra, a traditional, flagship, right? So let's go ahead and hop into it. They're, both pretty expensive phones, so let's just go over it. The biggest difference here is going to be the hardware, of course. The whole folding phone, concept here is really to sell you on that the phone can be used closed and it's a bit more portable. And this year they've got it to where it's an all screen and it looks very cool. You can install multi-star and basically, use just regular applications on here. They might not all look right on the cover screen because, it's just not designed for that, but if you put multi-star on here, it will run like a lot of your apps, so like Subway Surfer stuff, you can basically use it like a regular phone, YouTube, Netflix, even on the cover screen. So for people who really want that kind of like, I guess, mini phone experience, you can do that and then it pops up into a bigger phone, of course. One of the downsides I would say to the hardware here compared to the S25 Ultra is that it's IP48, so IP48 versus the better water resistant rating IP68, and that is kind of like a thing. But I would say hardware wise, those are the things. Obviously you're going to be missing that telephoto lens that the S25 Ultra has. We'll talk about that more, so you'll be lacking in the zoom department. But besides that, those are kind of the trade-offs. It becomes a smaller phone. It doesn't take up a lot of space in your pocket, and it's a thinner and it feels a lot lighter as well too. All right, so the screen differences here. So the Z Flip has a 6.9 inch display. It also has, again, that outer display on it as well. That is a 4.1 inch screen. But the inside display is a 6.9 inch dynamic AMOLED panel, 120 Hz HDR10 plus, 2600 nits peak brightness, and then it is a 1080p 397 for the PPI. The outer display is a Super AMOLED panel as well. It is also 120 Hz, 2600 nits. And basically, it's a great display. I don't really have a problem with it. As you guys can see, it's a very tall display as well here. Both of these displays are actually the same size, but the aspect ratio is a lot taller. So it could kind of be, if you have smaller hands, even more difficult to reach. But like I said, because you can use the outer display on here, it's not really a big deal. But yeah, so the kind of benefit with the S25 Ultra is that it just has a better display. So it's a 6.9 inch dynamic LTPO display as well, 120 Hz HDR10 plus, 2600 nits, but it does have a higher resolution at 1440p versus the 1080p on the Flip. So it does look a little bit more crispy, a little bit more clear, and it's 498 for the PPI here. The big thing here, which you may or may not care about, but it does have the anti-reflection coating. So as you guys can see, that the S25 does a really great job. You really get the benefit of this outdoors. But yeah, I would say the screen is pretty good. I think most people, I don't think they would really care that it doesn't have 1440p, and it doesn't have the anti-reflection coating. But what I found interesting that they've really got down packed is this crease. The crease on here is almost not even, once you use the phone, I would say for like a day, you don't even realize the crease is there. They've done a really good job of actually hiding the crease. So if you guys can kind of see, it is there, but it's really hard to see. And I've seen other, videos saying, oh, well, it's hard to see in certain colors on the screen. No, this crease is hard to see in general. It doesn't matter what's on the screen. It's actually, they did a really good job with this crease. So yeah, so I would say the screen difference here is pretty cool. So the Flip has a great screen. It's not like a top tier screen like the S25, but it can, again, turn into, a little mini phone, which is pretty cool. All right, so let's talk about these specs a little bit more. We have the Exynos 2500 on the Z Flip. It is 256 gigs and 12 gigs of RAM on the base model, UFS 4.0. And then on the S25, we also have the Snapdragon 8 Elite processor, 256 gigs, 12 gigs of RAM with the UFS 4.0 as well. As you can see, the score difference here, the S25 does a lot better. But I would say for general performance and just overall being smooth, multitasking, this Exynos processor is pretty good. So far, I haven't had any overheating problems. Of course, this 8 Elite is going to perform better in benchmarks. But I think in the real world, I don't think that you'll notice the difference really at all. Let's do that again. Yeah, I don't think the speed difference is that big of a deal here, because I think even though the Exynos 2500 is not going to be as good as the 8 Elite when it comes to gaming, I think most people buying the Z Flip aren't really going to be gaming anyway, so I don't really think it matters. But as you guys can see, it's pretty much on par with the S25 when it comes to loading applications. Everything remaining very smooth when you're just scrolling, swiping, or doing whatever. So as you guys can see, not a big difference in performance, which is nice to see. And I've been using these Exynos processors this year, like the S24 FE. I rarely get to use them, but when I do, they are pretty good. So again, no real difference here. Where you will see a difference is with like games like PUBG and stuff like that, if you're actually more of a competitive mobile gamer. So for example, in a game like PUBG here, you can see the difference, 120 frames versus the 90 frames, which is not bad, but again, I think most people who are buying the Z Flip, you're probably not gaming competitively anyway. And if you do want to play a few matches of PUBG, Call of Duty, this phone could play games pretty well. So yeah, so I think that, that's my take on the kind of like the speed difference in the Exynos versus the 8 Elite. Would it be nice for the 8 Elite to be in this phone? Yeah, of course. But, it's not here. As far as the software, it is virtually the same. So they pretty much have the same features for, the most part. Samsung desktop support is here now, so that's pretty cool that we get wireless DeX on the Flip. I believe it wasn't there the last time. And also you get to experience the S Pen, which it's pretty cool. They took the Bluetooth out, so it's not as useful as it used to be. But if you are a digital artist or something like that, or if you just want to navigate with the pen, you can definitely do that. Since they took the Bluetooth out, I never really use it anymore, because you used to be able to like take pictures from a distance, and you used to be able to like skip songs with this as well too. So it's kind of unfortunate, but you do have the pen here now. Got these speakers. Yeah, the S25 Ultra is definitely louder, but the Z Flip 7, it sounds really good this year. It doesn't sound flat. You can hear the low end of the bass as well too, and everything sounds pretty nice and crispy. Yeah, it doesn't sound as loud. They sound, pretty similar, but it just doesn't sound as loud as the S25. Yeah, it definitely sounds a lot quieter. Yeah, but I mean, the Z Flip sounds really good, so I actually don't think it's terribly, bad in comparison to the S25. So I think it is solid. But yeah, the S25 does have the, the fuller sounding speaker for sure. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the fingerprint situation here. So how they, have to do this here is we have the physical fingerprint scanner, which I'm actually more of a fan of because it just feels a lot more natural when you turn your phone on, to especially when it's in like the little mini thing, to just turn it on, you just and it already unlocks. With the S25 you kind of have to which is still fast. It's an ultrasonic, it's fast, to me, this just feels more natural. I've always thought this feels more natural, but it just comes down to your personal preference, honestly. All right, so what are the big trade-offs between the Z Flip 7 and the S25 Ultra? It's going to be the camera situation. So you have a 50 megapixel standard on the Z Flip, 12 megapixel ultra wide. It does not have any type of telephoto lens. You can only shoot in 4K 60, and you have a 10 megapixel selfie that shoots in 4K 60. So you have just a much more beefier camera setup on the S25 Ultra, 200 megapixel standard, 10 megapixel telephoto with a 3x optical. Then you have another 50 megapixel periscope telephoto with a 5x optical, and it'll get you all the way up to 100x zoom. You have a 50 megapixel ultra wide. You can also shoot in 8K 24 and 30, and then you have a 12 megapixel selfie that shoots in 4K 60. So you can see the trade-offs here. You get better zoom quality, more cameras, better video as well too. You can shoot at 8K. So check out these side-by-side stills. Let me know what you guys think. Now, so far, the battery life on the Z Flip 7 has been very good for me. Even though it's a smaller battery at 4300 milliamps, this Exynos processor is doing pretty good with standby time and screen on time just in general. And I'm pretty sure it varies because if you use the phone more when it's closed up, you probably, are going to save a lot more battery life because I use the phone a lot when it's closed up. So maybe the screen on time will vary, but I think the screen on time just in general from just other videos and, reading reviews, the screen on time is pretty good on the Z Flip 7 here. It's a 25 watt charging, which is kind of slow. It does have wireless and reverse wireless charging. The S25 Ultra, of course, has great battery life. It's a 5000 milliamp, 45 watts, which, is faster, but by today's standards, if you ever use like a Xiaomi phones and stuff like that, both these kind of charge slow to me. It's also wireless and reverse wireless charging on here as well. So the trade-off is pretty interesting. I think that, you're giving up, the telephoto lens, right? You're giving up kind of like these luxury features like the anti-reflection coating, but it really comes down to how bad you want to have like a little mini phone, basically. This is the main selling point. And I think they've done a great job making it all screen. You can, use apps, pretty much any app, even though all of them might not be compatible. I think the cameras are great on the Z Flip. Performance is pretty good on here. I think it just really comes down to, do you want a more compact phone? So let me know what you guys think.